Hey, I'm Kyle. Welcome to my knife workshop here in Newfoundland, Canada. In this video, we're going to be doing some beautiful handcrafted leather sheaths for these knives.
The journey so far from a SketchUp blank steel 01 carbon tool steel with file work, these knives got some beautiful tang filing, into the forge for our heat treat process. We've got some beautiful multi-part handle scales, laser engraved Canadian maple leaves.
Look at that beast of a knife, guys. We have their forge finish, flat grind, sapel wood, that beautiful filed tang. Isn't that nice? So I'm very, very pleased with that, guys. I think this is just a beautiful set. If you do, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if it's your first time here. Hey there, welcome back to the K & Knives Workshop. If you don't know about this beautiful knife set sitting here on the table, you might want to check out at the link here above, check out the first parts where we built the knives and we built custom handles, and just these are exquisite pieces, a campground set, a campground kitchen knife, and a campground wood processing tool for breaking down, batoning, chopping firewood, that type of thing. This is just a beautiful set, but in this video, we're going to do the leather work for these knives. I've been working with leather a long time. Before I was ever a knife maker, I was doing leather work for people all over the world, and I just love it. Leatherworking is a beautiful hobby. I recommend it to anyone I'm talking to, but let's work with some beautiful cow's hide and make a couple sheaths for this knife. Okay, let's get started here. I really like cardstock for sheath making. I just think it's the best. But let's go ahead, and what I'll do here, so something like this, a kitchen knife sheath, can be a little more complex, but you just want to lay it down and get a feel for where you want the sheath to go. Remember, you always have a welt, at least on one side, your edge side, if you want a fold over sheath, depending. I think maybe we'll do like a blade cover like that. Now maybe given the beautiful width, how rectangular this one is, I think a slide in from the front sheath would make most sense. Pull the strap around the back, snap. Okay, so here we are. We want room for a nice welt around here, so I'll just trace out my blade. Since we're going to be sliding in, we're going to want a welt around here as well. Like that, down the nose. Grab a pair of scissors, and now we're going to cut the sloppy sketch line into a nice, clean, sharp line. Do something with that top corner so it's not weird. Yeah, that looks cool. Now let's bring this to real life here with a lovely piece of hide.
This tool I'm using here now is to scoop out some leather from the center of the sheath, and the purpose for that is We want the sheath to close in. When you're doing what we call a taco style sheath like this, where the sheath folds together, in order for it to close in right up in the nose, close in so it pinches the welt nice and flat, you need to move a little material. It's a little too thick and stiff to actually close in on the welt, so it's just a necessary step to get a nice fold. You see, it's not done all the way up because we don't need that hard line fold up near the top of the sheath. We actually want that portion of the sheath to stay open. We use a bit of leathercraft cement here now, and leathercraft cement with woodworking, the woodworking nerds like to say, well, the brad nails are just there to hold things in place until the glue dries. Well, in the case for leatherworking, the glue is only there until you get your stitch line in. Leatherworking cement is not a strong hold. It doesn't really do a whole lot. It keeps everything together until you can get your stitch line in. One of my favorite pieces of equipment to date. This was a fairly recent purchase within this year, 2025, and I just love it. There's a steep learning curve. There's a lot of ways to mess up, but when you dial in your stitcher and dial in your process and your little tricks and techniques, it is an incredible machine and can just revolutionize your shop process and your ability to put through leatherworking projects. It's still all manually operated, as you'll see in just a moment. Everything happens by hand, one stitch at a time, but it just allows a little speed. Instead of drilling your holes and then stitching, it allows you to punch them through in one step. So it removed a whole step or two from my process, which you can't possibly overstate when you're doing everything by hand like we do here at K and Knives. And in case you're wondering, yes, this machine can be very tiring if you're doing a lot of stitching in a row. And that's it, guys. I hope you really enjoyed seeing the sheath making process for these knives, my ideas behind templating and sketching, to how we work the leather, how I run my stitching. Make sure you sand those edges. A lot of guys aren't doing this, and your sheath edges show it and your stitch lines show it. Use some type of a sander or some type of a belt grinder, something like that, to produce that really flat, unwavering stitch line and edge. It's really worth the time. Make sure you hit that like button if it's your first time here. Check out my work at knknives.ca or shoot me an email at kyle@np-inc.ca to place your own custom order just like this. We build almost anything. Make all your knife dreams come true. Bring those projects to life. Restorations, repair, mods, sharpening. We do it all here at our beautiful knife shop in rural Newfoundland. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.